The next turn came up sooner than she expected, and even with the sidecar bouncing alongside her, she had to grab the handlebars and lean rather far to the left to make the corner. She really should pay attention, she reminded herself. To be tossed off the motorcycle was not only smart, but it was bound to ruin the yellow silk frock she wore. As it was, the necessity of having to tuck the skirt up under her knees tended to put creases in the worst places. There were times when she doubted the wisdom of riding a motorcycle. She'd had to replace the ornamental daisies on her straw boater at least 3 times, thanks to the wind. Violet, her aging housekeeper, kept badgering her to buy a motor car. Violet considered it improper for a 31-year-old woman of Lady Elizabeth's standing to be riding a vulgar motorcycle in public, when she should be driven around in a Daimler. Violet was very good at suggesting ways to spend money. The trouble was, there was very little money to spend. Certainly not enough to lavish on a motor car, let alone a chauffeur. Elizabeth lowered her chin as a salty gust of east wind nearly lifted her hat from her head, despite the anchors of pins and the wide elastic band. Actually, she rather enjoyed riding a motorcycle. It gave one a sense of utter freedom, much like flying, she supposed. Not that she'd ever flown. Still, she could well imagine how it must feel. At any rate, she knew very well that when she roared into town on her noisy steed, she commanded attention. If there was one thing Elizabeth considered important above all others, it was the ability to command attention. It was the only way to get things done. Having so justified her choice of transportation, she chugged and sputtered up the hill toward the long driveway that would take her home to the manor house. She had about a half-mile to go when a few yards down the road, a woman appeared at a white lattice garden gate and frantically waved a large handkerchief at her.